Okay, this is your test correction reflection form. I just wanted to go over to make sure that you guys understand how to use your reflection form to get your extra credit points when you do your corrections. First of all, hashtag put your name on your paper. So I'll start and I'll put my name on the paper. Whoops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try that again. This is Hickman. And I'll put today's date. I'm recording this for you on the 7th of October. A little late, but it's because I didn't realize that my instructions weren't clear enough for you. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your list and you're going to look at the reasons why you missed the questions. This is for our Unit 1 test, and so I'm going to just give you a quick example of 1 or 2 problems from the test to help you, and then I'm going to let you do the rest. So let's say that I first got my data and I've corrected, indicating whether I got them correct or not. So I'm going to say I missed number 1, it was not correct. Number 2 was correct, number 3 was correct, and number 4 was not correct. And then I would continue with this pattern all the way through all of the questions. So continuing on, I'll move down and show you that if I carried on with 5, 6, 7, and 8, we'll say I did pretty good on those. I missed number 7, I got number 8. This is going off of my data, of course. And then we would go on to page 2, circling whether we got them correct or whether we got them incorrect based off of our data. Once you've answered those 12 questions with yes or no, you're going to come back and now you're going to look at these 8 questions or items. On these 8 items, it says very clearly that you have to determine what your reason was for getting the answer wrong. So question number 1 on the test was that the question about the trapezoids, where Becky went from one trapezoid to another, and I thought when I saw it that it was a reflection, but it wasn't. And so when I was doing that, I read the question incorrectly. So down here for selecting the reasons, I'm going to put 1. Now for the ones I got correct, I can leave those boxes blank. But you're going to go through that and do that for each question you answered incorrectly on the test. For example, if I go down to number 4, question number 4 on the test was a question about quadrilaterals. And when I looked at it, I thought it was a rotation, but I thought it was counterclockwise. So I chose answer B when the answer should have been A. Because I went in the wrong direction, I misread or I did not compute accurately. Or maybe I didn't understand. Let me look at that question again. What sequence of transformations? No, I understood the question. I just answered incorrectly. And so again, that one was a 1 for me. Now, you can have any of these reasons. Maybe you didn't compute accurately. Maybe you misread the answer you selected. Maybe you didn't read all the available answer choices. I've done that sometimes where I didn't read every choice. Or maybe you didn't study this topic enough so you didn't know what to do. Or you didn't understand what the question was asking. You have all of those things, 1 through 8. You make those choices on every incorrect question, and then you go back and rework the problem showing your reason why. So for number 1, the problem said that there was a sequence of transformations, and in those transformations, I needed to tell what type of transformation that was. So on this transformation, I actually had 2 different things that had happened. I had to look and see that it went from the quadrant 2 to quadrant 1, and I know that the vertices stayed in the same place. That's what made me realize I'd answered incorrectly. So what I'm going to put for my answer choice, and you can use words or you can use pictures. The correct answer for this one was D, but that's not the answer I put. I answered a plastic transformation, because I read the question incorrectly. So when I did this, I came down here to the box. And so now I need to tell my teacher why D is the correct answer. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type, you would write it, but I'm going to type a rigid transformation keeps the size and shape the same. I thought plastic would stay the same, or whatever your reason is. This is just an example. And so then I'm going to make this smaller so it fits inside the box so you can see it a little better. And so then I've given a reason for why the answer is correct in sentence 1, and I even explained what I was thinking at the time, which I didn't have to do. Now for those that I got correct, there's nothing else I have to do. So the next one I have to come over to is number 4. And number 4, I keep trying to touch my other screen, and it's not a touch screen. Number 4 had quadrilaterals that changed positions. And so remember a minute ago I said that I made the mistake of saying that I read this one incorrectly. I went counterclockwise. So I moved counterclockwise instead of clockwise. This is a 90-degree clockwise turn because I knew it was a rotation. So I'm just going to use the word turn to let me, my teacher, know that I really do understand what a rotation is. I was just reading it incorrectly. And again, that was words. Now, as I go through, I have to do this for every single problem. So I'm going to come down here to number 7. And if you look at the other video or the other document that shows the question numbers, number 7 has vertices, and they said if it was dilated by a scale factor of 2, what is the location of point A? Well, on this one, I need to actually take point A. Let me change over to my text tool. I need to take A, which original point was -4, 2, and I need to dilate, which means multiply, by a scale factor of 2. So that just means 2 times -4 equals -8. 2 times 2 equals 4. And so my new A prime, whoops, sorry about that. My new A prime is going to be -8, 4, which is correct. That explains how to get the right answer, because the correct answer for this one was C. Now you'll continue with these until you get to page 2. And once you get to page 2 and you've corrected all of your problems, let's say that I've already corrected them, I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer how many of my reasons for incorrect answers were reasons 1 through 4. Well, we know on the previous page that I said 2 of them were that, and I have 2 more problems that I didn't answer. But let's just say that out of those 5 problems, I said 3 of them were this and 2 were that when I was done. I'm just going to go back and count. I'm going to go back and count all of these reasons for no's, not yeses. All of these reasons that I'm putting in these boxes. I'm going to look and see what number are they. And I'm going to put those there. And then I'm going to read the tips on how to be more successful. So in this example, I have more reason 1s than 4s. And so these are the things that I need to know about myself. It even tells me what I should do during class to get better and what I should do during assessments. Now, if my reasons were different, let's say that I only had one, and the other reasons were 5 through 8. Well, then that would make it this one right here. And so these would be the things that I need to work on because I've become a backseat Betty that don't knows. And so it's tips on things I can do. But I'm still not done because I have one more thing to fill out. Once I've reflected on that, I have to tell my teacher the top 3 skills I need extra practice with before the next test. I can tell you that I need to study my vocabulary, so I'm going to put study my words, because I didn't know all of the words that were being used on the test. I didn't know what rigid was, and I kept confusing a dilation with the word scale factor. I didn't realize that when I said a scale factor was a multiplier, I actually needed to multiply. So I need to study my words, and I'm going to be honest and say I need to complete my practice problems. Because honestly, I just didn't finish them all. Now, your reasons don't have to be these reasons. I'm giving you examples. But you would go ahead and you would fill in reasons for everything you need to do to practice with before the next test. And then I might need to practice with, whoops, I keep hitting the screen, sorry guys, practice with dilations. Your reasons can be different. And then you have to write 2 adjustments you'll make or study tools you'll use to achieve a higher score on the next test. Now, I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to make you think about that. But adjustments you will make might be study the night before or use IXL for extra practice or all kinds of things. Your answers will vary. But I want you to go through and think about that so that you can put your own answers. A lot of times, students, when they look here, find that they can look at these reasons for adjustments. So I hope that helps you, but if you don't have it all complete, all 3 pages, I won't be able to grade it and I won't be able to give you any points. So take your time, give me good thoughtful answers, and make sure you complete it all so you can get those points. Let me know if you have any questions in class and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much, guys, and good luck.